Is the holiday slowdown officially here, or is the Temecula Valley real estate market actually in some hot water? Today, we're gonna break down those numbers for you. Let's find out exactly what's going on in the December 2024 market update. Hey guys, I'm Andrew Lewis, broker and owner of Performance Real Estate, and it is my passion to keep you guys updated and informed on what is going on in the Temecula Valley real estate market. And today we are going to break down all of the numbers to see exactly what's happening with our local real estate market here in the Temecula Valley. Thanks for tuning in, and let's dive in. First off, let's talk about days on market. So how long is it actually taking for a home to sell once it hits the market before it actually opens escrow with a buyer? Those numbers are up in both Murrieta and Temecula. For Murrieta, that number is up to 39 days on market, which is a jump from 31 the month prior. For Temecula, we've seen that number jump all the way up to 35 average days on market, which is a jump from 28 the month prior. So it's taking about a week longer right now to sell your home than even just last month. That's a pretty big jump in just 30 days. Now let's talk about percent of original list price. This is how much of your actual list price do you end up with at the end of the day when you officially close escrow as a seller. So right now for Murrieta, that number has actually decreased a bit. So bad news if you're a seller in Murrieta, that number has gone down to 97.3%. That's a drop from 98.5 the month prior. For Temecula, that number actually just shot up a bit. So good news for Temecula sellers, you're getting a little bit more when selling your home. That number is now 98.4%, which is an increase from 97.9% before. So really looking at these, we're about a 2.5% discount on average that buyers are seeing when they're offering on homes here in the Temecula Valley. Next up, let's talk months supply. So this lets us know whether we're in a buyer's market or a seller's market. It's really a supply and demand number here. We're basically looking at if no new homes came to market, how long would it take with today's current demand to run out of homes for sale? So if that number is under 6, we are still in a seller's market. If it is above 6, then we're very much in a buyer's market. The good news is we are seeing that we're in a seller's market across the board right now. So month supply for Murrieta, that number is 3.1 months supply, which is a dip down from 3.4 the month prior. For Temecula, that number is 2.8 months supply, which is a drop from 3.2 the month prior. So this is telling us that there is fewer homes going on the market, and we still have buyers that are eating up that inventory, causing a decrease in the overall inventory here in our local market. Now let's move on and take a look at closed sales. This gives us an idea of overall market activity in each of the different cities. For Murrieta, that number is down to 111 closed sales. For just last month, that is a drop from 116 the month prior. For Temecula, that number has also dropped just down to 80 sales last month, which is a big drop from 103 the month prior. So we're getting to some like pretty crazy low numbers there for both Murrieta and Temecula historically. Those are near the rock bottom numbers that we see on an annual basis. So a little bit less buying and closing activity, but we've also seen, again, that month supply has come down. So homes are still being purchased, but there's just not a lot of new inventory coming to the market. And last but not least, this is the vanity number that every seller wants to know. What is the average sales price? Everyone wants to know what the value of their home is, whether they're looking to sell it or not. So your average price home in Murrieta is now at $715,000. That is a dip, not a large dip, but it's down from $722,000 the month prior. For Temecula, that number is actually up. We're looking at $874,000 for your average sales price. That is increased from $865,000 the month prior. So down in Murrieta, up in Temecula. Not a huge dip on the Murrieta side, so I'm not as concerned with that. That's usually just a little bit of a variance depending on what actually did sell in the market. We're usually looking for some big swings on either side that would cause some concern. So what does this mean for you if you are a buyer or a seller? Let's break all that down. If you are a buyer, we are looking at longer days on market, which means you've got a little bit more time to decide, and you're looking at possibly getting a better discount right now than you would have even earlier this year. Now, I'm telling you right now as a buyer, those percent of list price to sales price numbers are not going to stay there. They are here right now for the holidays. You've got a unique window of opportunity, especially before we have a change in the Oval Office and we start to see things change with our economy. We could see a massive shift in the real estate market, which could spike some additional activity with rates coming down, and you could expect to see those percent of list price to sales price ratios shoot through the roof And so I would tell you, you've got a unique window of opportunity here in the next 30, 45, maybe 60 days to jump in, take advantage of some homes that have been sitting on the market with some anxious sellers and get yourself a deal. Now, if you are a seller, what does this mean? Well, we've actually seen that month supply number dip. And so that is actually telling us that not a lot of new homes have been hitting the market. So that's telling you there's not a whole lot of competition out there. Some of those homes that are sitting on the market, they're sitting there right now, the increased days on market due to condition or overpricing or poor location. If you're hitting really well on all three of those, you have a really good chance at still selling, and we're still seeing homes go for significantly over asking price if they've got all of those in line, really presentable and priced really well. So it does mean that you've got less competition. Potentially there's a window of opportunity for you to get in with all these stale listings sitting out there, be the shiny new kid on the block, get your home sold, but you also have a window of opportunity as you approach into spring next year to potentially take advantage of some of those bidding wars that we may see as rates start to come down. So the choice is yours. Does it make sense to jump in now with less competition, or wait till spring, which is probably where everyone's going, but potentially have some of those bidding wars with an increased pool of buyers? The choice is up to you depending on what your personal needs are for your home. If you have any questions about what's going on with our market, any of these numbers here, feel free to shoot me a call. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. So that is it for our December 2024 market update. We are seeing a bit of shift because of the holidays, and we don't expect it to be here for long. So we'll keep an eye on that. And as we roll into the new year next year, we should see a little bit slower numbers again one more time. But then as we roll into our February update, we should start to see some of that pick back up. So thanks again for tuning in today, and we'll see you guys next time.